Out of all the knitting abbreviations in the English knitting world, I think K2 Tog is the one I see the most often. I'm Becca. I've been knitting for about 25 years and I use my expertise to break down knitting techniques and the whys behind them. So make sure you watch to the end. I'm going to break down more of the functionality of this stitch after I show you how to do it. For quite a while, this was the only decrease that I knew existed. Now there are a few others, but if you're new to this, don't worry about it yet. What you need to know is that this is a right-leaning decrease. You can see what I mean in these stitches that I already have done here. See here, all of these are knit two togethers, and they are leaning to the right. If you haven't guessed it, K2 Tog stands for knit two together, and to jump right in, what that means is you simply knit two stitches together, just like that. Let's do that again, but in slow motion. Once more, you just bring your needle over here. So there's two stitches between your right needle and the end of the left needle. And then you go through them, making sure that you're catching both. A common mistake is to kind of just spear through and see then this stitch is not getting caught, and when you knit it you're just going to lose it and then you'll get a run down here. So you always want to make sure you're actually going through both of the stitches, and if you can't tell from the front, take the time to look at it from the back, and you can tell that I'm through both of them because they're both on the needle right there. And then you just knit like normal. Now let's take a look at this swatch so you can see different ways that the stitch behaves based on where you place it in relation to either the edge or other knit two togethers. Over here, all of the knit two togethers are worked to the left of the stitch marker. So kind of like how they were worked on the edge over here, they're all lined up on the right side of the right leaning decrease, which makes a really smooth fabric here. You can definitely see a straight line, but then your knit two togethers are just going smoothly into it. As opposed to this one, where I worked all of the knit two togethers to the right of the stitch marker. So every time I would come to it, these two stitches before the stitch marker I would knit together. That creates more of a ridge like this, which looks nice, just depending on what you're going for. All of these, like you can see here really well, they're right leaning, and then these are going in but kind of underneath the knit two togethers. And then finally over here on the left side of the fabric are all of my knit two togethers on the very edge, and it gives it more of a like a braid on the edge. Did you know this one little stitch could do so many different things? Check out this playlist over here for a free pattern to be able to use this technique and a few others. And as always, more on BeccaJNorman.com.